What if I can tell you we can build an AI website reply that gets information from your contact and instantly replies to anybody who comes inside your website and replies and fills in their information without you lifting a finger? Once you set this up, once you wire an AI behind your form or any other interactive tool in your website, then that's a game changer in today's industry. We need a couple of tools to be able to pull this off. We don't need just a website builder like Framer. We need something else to power our backend services. So the first tool that you need to understand a tool called N8N, and you can find it as when you go to n8n.io, and you can read about what they do. But essentially, N8N is an AI agents and workflows builder which you can stitch up and start building the workflow that we're gonna build. We also need to have something called a Visual Studio Code. You need to have the Claude Code extension added into your VS Code. And to do that, just come here to extensions, which is here, and search Claude Code, and then you'll click it, and then you'll click here install. If it's installed, you're gonna click install, and then currently mine is already installed. That's why you see here uninstall, and then you'll have VS Code working inside your terminal, so you can start building with it. So build for me an N8N workflow that captures information or leads from my website contact form and responds to the leads through their email address as a personal assistant, or as my company personal assistant will answer them in form of an email using natural language and respond to the queries that was sent to us via the website form. And gonna calculate what exactly doing, and it's gonna go and and build it for me. So now we just wait for the code to build it for me. So I'll plan this before building by your standing rules. A few decisions change the architecture, so let me lock those down. So you just need to make sure you have a VS Code installed on your PC. You also need to make sure that you have paid for Claude Code, because you cannot set Claude Code without a subscription. That is something I just need to remind you. So it's gonna ask me some questions. How does your website contact form deliver submits into N8N? So I'm gonna write in webhook, and then which account should send the reply emails. So I'm gonna write my replies come from your Gmail address. Yes. So, and then should the AI reply send automatically, wait for your approval. So AI drafts the email, sends it to you via Telegram or email for one-tap approval, edit before. So right now, I just want it to be automatic. Then what's the AI model? How does it learn about your company or queries? So I'm just going to use the first option, and then I'm going to submit the answers. So this is essentially what happens behind the scenes. You tell Claude Code how exactly you want your AI agent to respond it. So it has understood that it will create a webhook, then it will use OpenAI, then it will use Gmail to autosend, and then respond to my website leads. So it's asking me another question. So do you want me to proceed with N8N MCP? Yes, so I wanted to use N8N MCP. So N8N MCP again is the API that is gonna give it access or keys to my N8N instance in real time. Yeah, so yes, I'm gonna yes, allow MCP, yes. So I'm gonna just allow all N8N MCP to just work. So now it's gonna build it for me, and I'm just gonna wait and see as it builds it. Yeah, so I'm gonna say yes, allow N8N MCP. So now it's building the workflow for me. It will validate it before deploying the actual workflow, and it will send me everything that I need to. Send me a link of the exact workflow for me to check it out before it finishes. So do you want to proceed with N8N MCP? So I'm gonna yes. So I'm gonna click yes. So much of what you do here is when N8N is asking you for permissions and you feel comfortable, and much of it is actually okay, you just click yes, and it continues building and building and building until it finishes. So as you can see, it's done. Workflow created and valid clean. Let me save the workflow ID to project memory. So it's It's building everything for me. It's also saving the workflow information inside memory, which is very interesting and very good, so that we have something working. So it also tells me there's 0 errors. It gives me the actual link of the workflow. So what it does, it's a form will post leads to the actual chain, and then it will send it back in form of a form. So a lead submits your website form. The workflow draws a warm natural language email answering their query using your company information and sent from your Gmail automatically by your choice, no approval step. So it also tells me I have 5 nodes, 3 things you need to do before activating. As you can see, it tells me I need to set up my OpenAI credential, I need to set up my Gmail auth credential, and I also need to build a reply request code, which is make your real form fields name, the name, the email, subject message and phone, and fill the company context block. Then copy the webhook production URL inside your website form and flip the workflow active. So let me click this link and it will take me to my workflow that is it's built, and you're gonna see it here fully built and ready. So as you can see, it's built it. You can see it's named it a website contact form, which is an AI email responder. What happens is it gets a contact form webhook. This is the contact form from our website, and a webhook is simply a trigger that informs our workflow to start, and then it builds the reply request, it sends it via OpenAI, sends an email, and then responds to the form. So things that won't make our workflow currently to work, as you can see, we have this red icon here has issues, and the issue is mostly a credential issue. A credential is basically we're giving it keys to our OpenAI credential. So this is the tricky bit, but it's not that tricky. Essentially what you need to do is come here to OpenAI, click this pencil icon, and look for your API key from OpenAI, which you're just gonna come here and search OpenAI API key. And then you're just gonna come here to your platforms, OpenAI API key, and it will give you an API key, sign in, and then it will give you an API key, which you're gonna come and paste it here inside. So the API key is a unique identifier that tells OpenAI this is your setup, and this is what it needs to connect with. So assume you have a car, and for you to start that car you need a car key. So for you to start OpenAI, for it to reply to your messages, you also need what we call an API key. So I think that is well set up. Again, we come to our email, which is the credential part. You come here to your pencil, and then you'll see here that I've already created much of the information here. So here is my client ID and my client secret key. Again, to build this and create this, you need to come to Google and you need to search something called console. So just come Google console. So Google console is like the OpenAI for like, it's where you get your keys and where you're gonna need to create it for your application. Essentially, you need to give it an access to your email account so that it automatically sends email for people inside your organization, or it automatically replies to emails and whatnot. So I had already created mine. So again, if you need to learn how to connect your credentials, Gmail credentials to anything, I will also link a video in the description and you will check it out. So as you can see, mine is also connected. So I'll just click here, sign in with Google, and I'm gonna sign in my email, which is, I'm gonna sign in again, and it's gonna tell me that it's connected and it should be good to go. So it's gonna tell me account connected and everything is working well. So if I go back and I have something nice. So now all my credentials are working well. As you can see, there's nothing, there's no error here. So essentially what we need to do is we need to come to this this is what we see, our webhook URL. And to see the webhook URL, we need to click here, production URL, and we need to click copy. So once we copy it, we need to come now to Framer workspace and come here to our webhook and paste our webhook API here. So it's exact link that I've copied from N10. Once you paste it, that's it. You just let it sit there. And I'm gonna click here, publish. I'm gonna publish my workflow. So I'm gonna click OK, got it. So my workflow is published. So essentially what will happen is once now we go to our website and we publish also our site. So let me publish my site and I go to my site. So we're gonna test it and see what exactly happening. So I'm gonna come here to my form. I'm gonna put in a name here. I'm gonna click here, send message. So essentially what is happening, this message is gonna hit our webhook. So if I come here to my executions, you will see that we had an execution, which is this that we've just launched, but it says error. So let's just see what happened. So we have error, meaning that the workflow completely run because we hit an error here in build reply request. So if I come here to my contact, you're gonna see all the information came through, and it's actually here inside my bodies. You can see the Firmadive email I put. The message is I need to learn more about your emergency repairs. You can see the name I put is test, the phone, and the service. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this body information and I'm gonna go to my VS Code and I'm gonna tell it, look, I'm gonna paste it inside here and I'm gonna tell it the above is the information that comes from my website. Please check the N8N workflow to confirm that it respects that form of input lead. So what I'm telling it, look, trying to troubleshoot the problem, which is the part of the workflow didn't work because of the structure of information that is it expected from the N8N webhook. So now that it will have context around what kind of leads in terms of data we're going to be getting from our website, now it will be able to build the exact code into our workflow. So good catch. Looking at my code node, it does not fully handle your form to problems. Your form has a service field and case sensitivity. Your labels are capitalized. Let me pull my live workflow and fix the mapping. So that's exactly what we want to do. So click yes. So it's gonna now pull the workflow that it built for us and it's going to fix everything, and we're just gonna wait and see. And as you can see, it has also noticed you've already wired both credentials and activated it. I'll do a targeted update of just the code node, so nothing else is touched. So it noticed that we also updated our credential, which is good, and it's just gonna fix the code node, which is exactly this code node that we saw is not working, this one called the build reply request. So all this is happening behind the scenes and it's building this AI website content builder, and pretty cool, right? So let's just wait for it to build, and now everything should run really well. So let's just wait. Let's just go back to our workflow and let's see. So updated credentials, the resulting email to Firmadive, subject emergency reply. So body AI written reply tailored to emergency. It now reads your input. That is exactly what we want to see. 2 things to flag before you reply on it. Your company context is still the placeholder and it matches the business. The lead is asking about emergency repairs, but the company context block is a build reply request node, still Brandcraft AI agency, we build automations. So that's saying it doesn't know context about my company. So I'm just gonna tell it to build just a placeholder about my company. I'm gonna tell it we do roofing, and here's our website. So for you to learn about our website or our company, I'm gonna give you our website link. And generally we are a roofing business. We do repairs and we fix houses, constructions. That is exactly what we do. You can come up with just information about our business that will help us understand clearly what we do. So I'm just gonna share the link to our website. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna look for the link of our website. So Control C, and I'm gonna paste it inside here. So right now what I'm doing, I'm teaching Claude about our website or our company, so that when it's replying as an agent, it knows exactly what we do. So I'm gonna click yes. So it's gonna fetch information about our website so that the AI speaks accurately about your actual business. So that's the final bit. We're giving the AI some information about our business, and we just dropped in our email and we just give it a generic idea of what our business is. So right now it's learning about our business and it will factor that information inside the reply. Remember, we're building a website AI agent and the AI needs to be trained about your business. So it noticed that it's a framework template page, which is what we did or what we used just for the sake of this demonstration. Notice that when it comes to building a real client website, you just need to put in information about the real company information. So I'm just gonna click yes. So as you can see, it's finished. It's told us the roofing context is live and replies will now read like real roofing answer, including urgency handling for emergency repair needs. To my website, and I click emergency call, come by home repairs. So assuming this is a real client or a real person navigating your website, then they're gonna come here and click send a message. So this message is now behind the scenes hitting our anytime webhook, and then it's also triggering our AI agent, which is gonna reply back to their email instantly. I'm gonna refresh it. I just refreshed this page and we're gonna see, nice, we can see here under executions it's actually green, so it means this thing worked. Ooh, this is so cool. So let's just see what happened. So this thing actually ran and it worked like a charm. So as you can see, we got our contact form webhook. You can see we have a build reply request. We have an OpenAI which responded and it's connected to our email, sent a reply, and now back to the true decider. We're gonna jump into our email and I'm gonna see if I really got that reply from the AI inside my email account, which is this: hi Joe, thank you for contacting out to us regarding emergency repairs. We understand how urgent roofing issues can be and we're here to help you properly. Our team specializes in addressing urgent roofing problems such as leaks, storm damage, A team member will follow up with you within one business day to discuss your specific needs and provide further details about our services. Looking forward to assisting you, the Roofing Guard team. And this is the business information that we gave sent it directly to our we taught our AI. If you wish to learn more about websites, automations in AI, click the subscribe button, click the thumb icon so that more and more people who can find this useful actually get this information. So thank you for watching till the end and I will see you in the next video.